Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revisiting Archive, a channel where we explore the fascinating history of the world. This is the 16th installment in the Spanish History series. In this video, we will talk about the transition to democracy in Spain, which took place after the death of General Francisco Franco in 1975. We will focus on the role of King Juan Carlos I and the modern political landscape in Spain. Let's begin. King Juan Carlos and the transition to democracy. So King Juan Carlos was the grandson of King Alfonso XIII, who had left Spain in 1931 after the proclamation of the Second Spanish Republic. Juan Carlos was born in Rome in 1938 and spent most of his childhood and youth in exile. He returned to Spain in 1948 under the invitation of Franco, who saw him as a potential successor. Juan Carlos received a military education and swore loyalty to the Francoist regime. However, Juan Carlos also had contacts with some opposition leaders and foreign diplomats, who encouraged him to play a positive role in the future of Spain. Juan Carlos was aware of the need for political change and social modernization in Spain, and he secretly prepared for a democratic transition. Juan Carlos became king on November 22nd in 1975, 2 days after Franco's death. He faced a difficult situation, as he had to balance the expectations of different political forces, such as the Francoist, who wanted to preserve the authoritarian regime, the opposition, who wanted to restore democracy and civil rights, and the army, who wanted to maintain order and stability. Juan Carlos surprised many by appointing Adolfo Suarez as prime minister in July 1976. Suarez was a young and moderate politician who had served under Franco, but who was also committed to reform. Suarez and Juan Carlos worked together to dismantle the Francoist institution and to legalize political parties, trade unions, and regional autonomy. They also promoted a political reform act that was approved by referendum in December 1976. The act allowed for free and fair elections for a constituent assembly that would draft a new constitution. The first democratic elections since 1936 were held in June 1977. They were won by Suarez's party, the Union of the Democratic Center, UCD. The Constituent Assembly was composed of representatives from various political forces, such as Socialists, Communists, Conservatives, Nationalists, and Regionalists. They reached a consensus on a new constitution that was approved by referendum in December 1978. The constitution established Spain as a parliamentary monarchy with a bicameral legislature, a prime minister, and a constitutional court. It also recognized the rights and freedoms of citizens, as well as the autonomy of regions and nationalities. The transition to democracy was not without difficulties and challenges. There were several attempts to destabilize or reverse the process by some sectors of the Francoist regime or the army. The most serious one was the attempted coup d'etat on February 23, 1981, when a group of armed officers stormed into the Congress of Deputies and held the deputies hostage. The coup failed thanks to the decisive intervention of King Juan Carlos, who appeared on television and condemned the coup as illegitimate. He also ordered the army to respect the constitutional order and to remain loyal to him as commander-in-chief. The king's speech was crucial to end the coup and to consolidate democracy in Spain. Since the transition to democracy, Spain has experienced significant social, economic, and cultural changes. Spain has also become integrated into the European Union and the international community. Spain has also faced some challenges and problems such as terrorism, corruption, unemployment, and regional tensions. The political landscape in Spain has also evolved over time. The first democratic governments were led by Adolfo Suarez and Leopoldo Calvo Sotelo of the UCD, a centrist party that dissolved in 1983 due to internal divisions. The UCD was replaced by the PSOE, a socialist party that governed from 1982 to 1996 under Felipe González. The PSOE implemented important reforms such as the entry into NATO, the accession to the European Economic Community, the modernization of infrastructure, and the expansion of the welfare state. However, the PSOE also faced some scandals such as the GAL, anti-ETA debt squads, the Felici case, illegal financing, and the Roldan case, embezzlement. The PSOE lost power in 1996 to the PP, a conservative party that governed from 1996 to 2004 under José María Aznar. The PP continued some of the PSOE's policies such as the adoption of the euro, the liberalization of the economy, and the fight against terrorism. However, the PP also introduced some controversial measures such as the labor reform, the education reform, and the support for the US-led invasion of Iraq. The PP lost popularity after the 2004 Madrid train bombings, which were initially blamed on ETA, but later attributed to Islamist terrorists. The PP was replaced by PSOE, which returned to power from 2004 to 2011 under José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero. The PSOE implemented some progressive reforms such as the legalization of same-sex marriage, the withdrawal of troops from Iraq, the expansion of renewable energy, and the recognition of historical memory. However, the PSOE also faced some difficulties such as the economic crisis, the rise of unemployment, the social protests, and the increase in regional demands. The PSOE lost power in 2011 to the PP, which governed again from 2011 to 2018 under Mariano Rajoy. The PP applied some austerity measures such as the budget cuts, the tax increases, and the pension reform. The PP also had faced some challenges such as the corruption cases, the Catalan independence referendum, and the motion of no confidence. The PP was replaced by the PSOE, which has been in power since 2018 under Pedro Sanchez. The PSOE formed a coalition government with Unidas Podemos, a left-wing party that emerged from the 15M movement and the anti-austerity protests. The PSOE Podemos government had pursued some policies such as the increase of minimum wage, the repeal of labor reform, and the exhumation of Franco's remains. However, the PSOE Podemos government had also faced some obstacles such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the economic recession, and the Catalan conflict. Well, this concludes our video on the transition to democracy in Spain. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos on Spanish history. And as always, keep revisiting the archive.